Thank you, Chairman, and thank you all for being here today to answer our questions. I've had so many questions come from constituents in Tennessee that there's no way we can even begin to get through them in 5 minutes, but let's jump right in. General Milley, on Bagram, in your professional military opinion, which facility, HCI or Bagram Airfield, would have been most efficient in conducting the evacuation that we were forced to do?
HCI, and there's a reason for that. The vast majority of those personnel that we expected to have to conduct a NEO with were located in Kabul. That's point one. Point two is we were directed to maintain an embassy open and also the international zone for the other allied nations. So we had to do it out of HCI. Bagram would have been, a plus, but it would have required exceptional levels of resources to do that.
Okay. I think all of you testified yesterday that it wasn't a matter of if the Afghan army would fail and the Taliban would take over, as a matter of when. You were all shocked by the rate at which it happened. The billions of dollars in equipment that was left behind has been under much scrutiny. Knowing that they were going to fail, why were more steps not taken to secure that military equipment or destroy it, knowing that now it's a well-equipped Taliban army?
Yeah, so the number is a big number, so let me unpack that a little bit. First of all, the $84 billion included all of the...
I understand that. Let's just cut right to the equipment that was left behind. Why was so much left behind? Aircraft, MRAPs, weapons. Why was that there when you knew they were going to fail?
The other thing I would say is that all of the equipment that we had that we were using, as I stated earlier, was evacuated by General Miller. Now, the reason that the Afghans had the equipment they had is because we wanted them to be successful, and they could not be successful without the appropriate.
Okay, if they're watching these hearings yesterday and today, I'm guessing that they probably feel like they were played as fools, because you all just said you knew they were going to fail. So here we have an army we built up, we used them until we didn't need them anymore to accomplish Biden's objective and Trump's objective of getting out of Afghanistan. However, it went horribly wrong, as we can probably all agree to. General Milley, you started today and talked about your commitment to your office. You're the principal military advisor to the president, correct?
That is correct.
And that's to President Trump and President Biden.
That's correct, and the Secretary of Defense and the National Security Council.
Okay, and Senator Blackburn yesterday asked you about your conversations with several book writers, and you were fine with giving them your opinion, and I think you said that you had a rather blunt and forward phone call with House Speaker Nancy Pelosi.
True.
And she was concerned over the safety of nuclear weapons.
Correct.
Okay. In a transcript obtained from CNN Political, Woodward and Costa quoted Pelosi as saying, and this was to you, "What I'm saying to you is that they couldn't even stop him from an assault on the Capitol. Who even knows what else he may do? And is there anybody in charge at the White House who was doing anything but kissing his fat butt all over this?" Is that, do you recall that?
I haven't seen the transcript.
Well, I think that would be firmly imprinted on my mind if the Speaker of the House told me that.
I would just say there's a lot of disparaging comments made, and my focus was to assure her that the nuclear system and weapons were under control.
Okay, and according to Costa and Woodward, she went on to say, he's crazy. He's been crazy for a long time, to which they say, and I'm sure you haven't had a chance to read the book yet, Milley responded, "Madam Speaker, I agree with you on everything." If you're the principal advisor to the president, and she said that to you, do you think that you were doing service to a president by agreeing with the Speaker that your commander-in-chief is crazy?
I actually said, I'm not qualified to assess the mental health of the president. What I'm agreeing to is that we have to have a secure nuclear system.
Okay. Have you had any conversations with the Speaker or any of our foreign leaders about our current president's mental capacity? We have a physician right here on the panel who was the personal physician of the prior three presidents who said President Biden should take a mental competency test, and we see it in the press, his lack of ability to answer questions. Have you had any conversations with anybody concerning his ability to carry out a nuclear order or any other serious engagements?
No, and my answer would be the same. I'm not qualified to evaluate a president's mental health or your mental health or anybody's mental health. I'm not a doctor.
But you were concerned about Trump. You said you were concerned about him when you made the calls to China.
No, I didn't. What I said to the call to China was, I guarantee you that President Trump is not going to attack you in a surprise attack. I was carrying out his intent, President Trump's intent,
And the
in order to
gentleman's
protect
time
the
has
American people and
expired.
prevent an escalation or an incident.
That was helpful. Mr. Brown.